Hello and salam everyone. Welcome back to another vlog. I hope you're all doing well. Alhamdulillah, we're doing very well, thank you. And if you're new here, hello. My name is Shazia and I'm a married stay-at-home mum of two. I make daily vlogs about my life, my kids, cooking and everything else in between really. And I'd really love if you could subscribe and help our little YouTube family grow. So this morning after making all the beds, I walked into the room and everyone was being lazy. So while everyone was busy being lazy, I decided to make some breakfast. And for breakfast today, we had shemai and paratha. So what I'm doing first is just adding some whole milk and evaporated milk into a pan. And then I'm adding some whole spices, so cinnamon, cardamom and bay leaves. I'm just going to let that simmer and infuse in the milk. And then I realized that there wasn't enough milk, so I just topped it up with a bit more. So as you can see, I'm just stirring that so it doesn't catch on the bottom because milk catches really easily. And then into another pan, I'm melting some ghee. So this is about a teaspoon of ghee, not a lot. Just melt that. And into the ghee, I'm going to add in my shemai. This isn't the Deshi leche shemai, it's the Indian vermicelli. So I've just broken it into little pieces and I'm just toasting that in the ghee. You're not gonna go crazy and toast it, just enough to change color slightly. And then when you think your shemai is ready, you can just pour in the milk. I did end up using all the milk that I simmered because it does thicken up. And then you're just gonna leave that to simmer again until the vermicelli is cooked to your desired thickness. In goes the sugar. So according to taste. We like ours a bit on the sweet side when we have it with paratha, so I added quite a bit of sugar. And while that's thickening up on one cooker, on the other stove, I've got my paratha cooking. So I made this for everybody, all four of us, the hubsy and the kids as well. They quite enjoyed their breakfast today. So that's what the shemai ended up looking like. And this is how I served it to everybody. Then it came to homeschooling. So today's lesson was to do some junk modeling. So just collect things around the house. We collected it from the recycle bin. And just build whatever comes to Sanaya's mind. So wherever she told me to stick things, I just stuck it on. And she ended up naming it as a train, which she did quite well making because it did actually look like a train. I did help her make it look like a train, but because she said it's a train, that's the only reason I helped her make it look like a train. So here you can see she gets a little bit distracted sometimes, but you have to just like pull her back and get her to focus again. So these are just bits from our recycling bin that we stuck together and made a train out of. She's more interested in the tube and carton. Then out came the colouring pens. That's when she got interested and really wanted to join in, so she coloured her train. She really enjoyed today's lesson. Normally she's a bit disfocused, but today she did okay, considering we haven't homeschooled for a few days because we weren't feeling too well. And here's her completed project. After homeschooling, I made some lunch, and that was ilish with khatlibis. There's all the ingredients. And what I'm doing first is just frying the fish. What I've done to the fish is coated it with some turmeric and salt. So I'm just lightly frying it on both sides. You don't want to go over crazy, like too crazy and over fry it and make them rock solid, because that won't taste good. So now that they're fried on both sides, I'm just going to take them out of the pan. Well, I will in a minute. There we go, take them out of the pan. And with that same oil, I popped it into my cooking pan and topped it up with a bit more oil. In go the onions. That's one small onion. You don't need too much. Fry that. Add in some salt. Don't add in too much at the moment because you don't want to risk over salting it. You can always salt at the end, but if you put too much in, you can't take it out again, unfortunately. I've learned that lesson. Now that the onions are fried, I've added in a teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste and just frying that. Now in go the spices. That's half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of curry powder, which is optional, half a teaspoon of coriander powder and chili to your taste. mix that and fry that with the onions. Just pop in some water so the spices don't burn, because when there's not enough moisture in the bottom of the pan, the spices do tend to burn. So just add water and mix that through. Pop the lid on, let that cook for about 5 minutes, and then you'll see the oil coming to the top. That's when you know the spices have cooked and that rawness will go away. So I just help my onions along with the potato masher, because you don't want massive chunks of onion in your curry. So I found this quick and easy way to avoid that. Now in go the khatlebis or jackfruit seeds, and what I do to them is boil them in advance with a bit of turmeric, that's why they're that colour. And then in go some water just to help cook them a little bit more. I cooked them about 90% in the boiling water, and then the last 10% just cooked now, and then I added in the chilies and some more water to create the sauce of the curry. Once the water comes to a boil, just pop in your fish pieces, and I had some egg with my fish, so I just put that in now as well. Pop on the lid, let that come to a boil, just check it. Then I realised that it wasn't enough sauce for my liking, so I added a bit more water and let that come up to a boil again, and that was the curry ready. That's how the finished product looked, and lunch was very nice today. So that's the end of today's vlog, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. And please remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell and hit that like button as well, because it really means a lot. Bye bye. Assalamu alaikum.